Hey guys, Smiley's here again, bringing you a pretty decent OU battle I had the other day. There's little hacks here and there, but I still think it was a pretty good battle. Um, this team I actually featured in a PS Live, the one I most recently recorded with Super Effective 87. I was using this team, and I like it. It's got a lot of good offensive threats that I like, but it doesn't really have a solid fighting resist, which makes this team subpar, really. Um, I mean, you really need a good fighting resist because it's one of the biggest offensive types in the tier. So, yeah, that's a problem. Forgive me if I make some mistakes. I have not done this in a couple months, so yeah, this might be subpar or lower than my other narrations, but it should be okay. I'll go through my team real quick in case you didn't watch it. I got a Life Orb Mammoth Swine, pretty standard. Standard bulk up Conqueror with Ice Punch over Payback. I have a specially defensive Jirachi. I have a Life Orb Alakazam, a specially defensive Rotom, and a 4 attacks Landorus, which I changed to Rock Polish at some point. I can't remember when, but I did change it. Looking at his team, Manshao is super threatening because I don't have a solid fighting resist, like I said before. So it's probably the biggest threat on his team, even though it is a UU. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Latias can be a problem as well, but other than that, I'm not really seeing too many issues with the rest of his team. So we're going to get on with the battle. He's going to lead with Manshao, which is a pretty standard lead when you see a Manshao on the opponent's team. He's going to U-turn, and I predicted he would U-turn, so I stayed in with Rotom and just went for a Will-O-Wisp just to try to catch something in the switch, and I catch the Mungus, which is nice. Having a burn to Mungus is pretty solid. Now I'm thinking he's going to Spore here, so I go to Jirachi, but for some reason he Stun Spores, and I don't think that was a very good play, because now Jirachi's an easy switch into a Mungus because I wall him cold, and he can't Spore it. Now I know he's going to go into Heatran here, so I just go for my Stealth Rocks, and I don't want to stay in because it is a Heatran, so I go into Rotom as he gets up his Rocks. And here I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch, I believe, as he goes back into a Mungus. Yeah, I knew he was going to go into a Mungus. Really, nothing I can do to a Mungus, so I Volt Switch out, go to Alakazam. Now I'm threatening him a lot, and I don't know what he wants to do, so I just go for the safe Psyshock, and he stays in, and I take out the Mungus, so that's nice. One annoyance is gone. No asleep Pokemon on my team. Now he goes into Manshao, which I know is Scarf now, so I have to go out into Landorus, which is my fighting resist. As he goes for the U-turn, I guess it was a bug resist too. He goes into Rotom Wash. I don't want to stay in here for the Hydro Pump, so I go out into my own Rotom Wash. As he actually decides to go for the Will-O-Wisp, but unfortunately he misses my Rotom, which isn't really a big deal in the long run. I go for Volt Switch, turns out I'm faster. Unfortunately, I go back out to Landorus because I guess I was feeling like being that guy who brings a Landorus in on a Rotom Wash. Here I make kind of a stupid play and go for the Focus Blast. I guess it wasn't really stupid because I needed damage on it for something else to take it out, but unfortunately for him I do crit it and take it out, and I don't know what he went for. So, I mean, if he went for Will-O-Wisp, it wouldn't have mattered. If he went for Volt Switch again, it wouldn't have mattered, so I don't know. He brings in his Latias, and he just surfs and takes me out. I bring in Jirachi, and he can't really touch me, so he goes back out into Heatran, which is a safe play, as I do go for the Bison this time, and I pop his Balloon. Fortunately, I do not get the Para hacks, but I can't stay in here, so I go back in the Rotom, which is pretty safe, and as he goes for the Fire Blast, he gets the Burn, which I don't think really mattered too much. Got a little more residual damage, but I guess it sort of helps me here in a minute, as I decided to go for the safe Hydro Pump, get another crit, which didn't really matter. I guess it pressured him a little more into recovering, which I predict here and go for the Pain Split, as maybe he thought I was going to switch out or something. But no, I stay in at Pain Split, and this turn I'm thinking he's going to finish me off, so I just quick Will-O-Wisp in case he doesn't, and he doesn't. I get a burn on him, which is kind of nice. Having a status Latias is always good. Getting residual damage is always nice on Latias. So he goes for Psyshock, finishes me off this turn, takes a bit of residual damage with his Life Orb and the burn. And I bring in Mammoth Swine because I'm pretty sure Ice Shard will take him out in this range. And I decide to go for the safe Ice Shard. I guess I could have predicted this, but Latias was kind of too big of a threat at the time. so I decided to go for Ice Shard. Here I go for Earthquake, hoping he would U-turn or something, and he does. He takes out my Mamoswine, which leads me to believe he is Choice Banded, and now he will die to rocks upon switch-in, so that is crucial damage for Mamoswine there. I bring in Conkeldurr because it's really the only thing that I have to take a high jump kick and retaliate and finish this off, and I do finish it off with a Drain Punch, and his biggest threat is gone, which is nice. Fortunately now he can revenge me with Latias easily with Psyshock, as he does do that. Fortunately he does take burn damage as well as Life Orb damage, and the damage is starting to rack up, and he's now in the range where my Alakazam Shadow Ball will be able to finish it off, as I do go for Shadow Ball and I do take it out, which is awesome. Here he has to bring in Heatran because Scissor dies to rocks. Now I go for Focus Blast here and I miss. I'm thinking, oh, well I lost, but he goes for Earth Power, and I don't understand at all his reasoning there. Like, he could have taken me out with Fire Blast. However, there's something weird that I do want to point out, and as I calc this, and I'll show the calc on the screen, but that Earth Power did 48.8%. Now that number is kind of random, right? But the minimum damage from a max special attack modest Heatran with Earth Power is 49.2%. Now, it's kind of weird because it did 48.8, so is he timid, or does he not have max special attack? Because if he didn't, then Fire Blast had a... For example, if he was timid, then Fire Blast only has like a about a 40% chance to KO as opposed to like an 88% chance. So I don't know, maybe I would have lived, maybe he thought his Scissor was still healthy. I don't even know. I'll put some calcs on the screen just to show you guys. I might have been able to win if he took me out. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not even sure. I'm also not sure if that crit mattered, because like I said, I don't know if he has bulk or not. So I don't know what his spread is. Normally those do run max special attack modest, but apparently he was not running that. Anyways, rambled on about the Heatran. I don't know what it was. There was a bit of hacks in this battle, but I'm not sure how much of it mattered, how much of it didn't. It really all depends on what moves he went for. Like, for example, like Focus Blast. Did that Focus Blast crit, did he go for Hydro Pump? Because if he did, it might have mattered. I could have revenge killed him, but he would have had his Rotom left and he could have switched it out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the battle could have went in many different directions. Anyways, this has been Smileyz, guys. I hope you enjoyed my commentary. I hope you weren't too bored by my rambling on at the end. And rate if you enjoyed, or if you didn't. I don't care. Comment with whatever you want to say, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. This has been Smileyz, and I'll see you guys in the next one.